Freddie, you can't be a broker.
I got a big deal cooking right now on the burner.
Who in their right mind would give you their money?
Fred Cheney's going through hard times.
Get him out of here, Osborne. I don't care what it takes.
But he's about to get some badly needed help.
Fred, we've got to talk.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Ah, jeez, don't scream like that.
Oh, wop, bop, loop, bop, lamb, bam.
So prepare yourself for a motion picture
There's a horse in here.
Where?
so astounding,
He's right. They're brand new. No problem. I can hold it.
so outrageous,
What do you think of this, Mr. Horse?
Oh, yeah.
so thrilling, and so sexy
She wants to know what it's like to face somebody during sex. Whoa!
that it'll bring out the animal in you.
Oh, baby.
Bob Goldthwait,
Honestly, he really does talk. Hi, Elsa. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Dabney Coleman, and the ultimate party animal, Don,
Hooks don't fail me now.
in Hot to Trot.
A womp bam loom off flop bam boom.
We're out of here.
Horse. Noun. Plural, horses. Definition 1. A male horse, a stallion or gelding. Definition 2. Any large, solid-hoofed herba. Oh, forget it. Some anthropological type guys claim that prehistoric horses had larynx muscles in their throats. Recent findings suggest that this gene may actually have been passed down from generation to generation. Some primitive cultures believe that the equine was created in God's image. Noble, mighty, brilliant, sublime. And it was only after he finished perfecting his masterpiece known as horse that God turned his attention to the lesser animal. Look at this guy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Spinacco. Sitting beside me is Chris Dietz. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody. Episode 27 is right. I say this every now and then. I can't believe that we gotten this far.
27.
Everyone's like, oh, wait till 30 to say that. I'm saying that 27.
I was saying that at 2. What are we watching
So
today?
jump right in. Movie of the week is Hot To Trot
1988.
with Bob Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Is it Wait?
Goldthwait.
I always said it with. I wouldn't know. I would say.
I just said
name.
Bobcat or
Yeah.
guy from Police Academy.
Dabney Coleman, Don the Horse, voiced by John Candy.
The great.
The great John Candy, who I totally forgot did the voice in this until we put it on.
It's the only reason the movie was ever released in theaters, I'm assuming.
Oh boy,
so it
this
was
fucking movie.
I know, right? So it was released on August 26th of 1988. It's got a rating of PG, runtime of 1 hour and 23 minutes, thank God. A budget of $9 million and a gross of $6.4 million.
Oh man, $9 million to make this.
Lot of horses.
Spent on way more better things.
Well, it was insurance for the horses because the apartment and everything else is definitely some type of set.
Oh yeah,
You know, that elevator was not a real elevator.
Most elevators in movies aren't real elevators.
Pretty sure.
I can't believe someone gave Bobcat Goldthwait a starring role in anything. He's okay in instances in movies like Police Academy,
One Crazy Summer.
One Crazy Summer. You know, even like he's
Scrooged.
Like in
He's
Scrooge, he doesn't do the Bobcat bit that he talks all fucking screwy and shit.
He's a little bit in Scrooge,
A little
but
bit.
it's
That's
not
not
to this. Yeah,
Yeah, you could hear it, but holy shit, it's so fucking annoying. Half the time I didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
nobody knows what he said.
What? What did he fucking say?
It's like gonna be like really, really funny, man.
Oh God, I wanted him to shut the fuck up.
Tagline for the movie is, "When I talk, you're gonna laugh yourself hoarse." The funniest talking horse movie ever. They've got a point.
Oh, man.
Plot of the film: Fred P. Cheney inherits half of a brokerage company and a talking horse after the death of his mother. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need.
Good night, folks.
That's it. All right. This is Michael Dinner directed this, and he also did Heaven Help Us, 1985.
Decent movie.
Yeah, I like that one. It's a good one. So the movie opens up with a lovely explanation of what a horse
The
is.
definition of a horse.
Yeah, it goes in to tell you that people believe that at one point horses had larynx, whatever, they could talk.
They might be able to talk.
Yeah. Just setting you up for the possibility that horses can talk, I guess.
It's John Candy doing it. It's like a English guy at first, and then like it kind of clears his throat, and he just starts speaking normally, and it's John Candy, and goes through the history of horses, kind of.
Lovely animals.
Like very, very nice pictures.
Very nice pictures of horses, followed by a picture of Bobcat.
Oh Lord, he has a very punchable face.
You don't like Bobcat?
I want to punch him.
Oh, I
He's
love
so
Bobcat.
fucking annoying.
I think that's the joke, though, is that his voice is
I know, but
piercing, annoying.
But
Like,
that's what I said. That's why he's always just like the side character who does one little 5-10 minute bit in the movie, like not the whole fucking movie. Him talking. Didn't he set a couch on fire on a Tonight Show?
yes, yeah, he was like sued for that.
He got like banned from NBC or something.
Yeah,
Remember that?
that's actually true. That did happen.
I don't think there's like footage of it exists.
That'd be great. We should check that. Find the.
Have to look into that.
We'll look into that. We'll get our intern on that. We got a whole crew here in the spare bedroom studio.
So after the definition of a horse, we jump to Dabney Coleman at the stables
with his mistress.
Yeah,
'Cause his wife has just died.
Passed away.
She's been dead 2 days, but he still has the courtesy to sneak around while he's
The stable
cheating on her.
for some reason is the place where men cheat on their wives.
Yeah, don't get that.
because it's not just Dabney Coleman. Some other guy does it later.
Yeah,
And I was like, what is going on? What? Like, who the fuck wants to fuck in a stable?
it's funny because
There's
it's
no bed.
It's all people with money, so it's like, why don't you just check
like,
into a hotel?
You don't have
man?
like something else.
She says it too.
better?
Like last week it was the Motel 8. Now it's a horse stable. I don't even know how to fuck on a bed anymore. it's like
Did she say that?
she didn't say fuck.
See, yeah, but yours just sounded funnier. I don't even know how to fuck on a bed would have been way funnier.
but, yeah, well it's PG movie.
Is it PG?
It's a PG movie.
Oh Lord.
Because John Candy doesn't really curse a whole lot.
Yeah, you know what? If Candy cursed in this, he might have saved the movie a little bit. It would have been funnier.
Well, he already threw the script out, so
we had to keep it PG.
yeah, he just said whatever. So Dabney and his mistress are like trying to hook up. Don the horse is just staring at them.
I'm staring at him. Yep.
And it's freaking her out, man.
That horse, it knows something.
Yeah. So he fucking just closes it and tells him he's going to be dog meat. Dog meat is like a big term. Is dog food made out of horse?
That was like a thing.
Is that real? Like,
Yeah, that was.
Really?
I don't know if it really was, but people would always say it.
oh, okay.
I think because it's kind of like Chinese food and cats.
Oh, okay.
You don't know if it's true, but it sounds like it could be true.
Well,
I
you know
think
what
they
they
kind of
say.
work ground. I think horses. I don't know if it's if you can do that now. Like, I mean, they're made out of glue. They make glue out of them.
All right.
I'm not sure how it works these days.
Yeah.
I have to look that up.
But so fucking Bobcat.
That was something though.
Bobcat starts walking into the stable, and you find out that he's actually Dabney's stepson.
Stepson.
And he opens up the fucking door and to see his stepfather hooking up with his lady. And he's just, my mother just died.
And he throws the pitchfork at him.
He throws a pitchfork at him, but it,
Yeah, that's the part where like,
Yeah.
what did he say?
Yeah.
My mother just died. Like, what? We had to rewind. I don't know what he said.
that I really actually thought that was pretty funny. My mother just died. So and this is another thing. This movie does move very, very fast.
But it's short, so
It's very short. It moves fast. So from that scene, you go to the office, which I'm assuming is like the next day after the funeral. Because, yeah, he not only is he banging some lady after his wife has been dead for 2 days, but the funeral is in a couple hours. And he's like trying to get it in
he's
before
trying
then.
to get it in already. I was
Yeah,
like,
let me bring
"Damn,
my
dude,
mistress
can you
to...
just-
Yeah.
Can you wait?
Jesus Christ, man. So the next day he has
It's
a
not that
schedule.
hot.
I know, right? He has a scheduled meeting with Bobcat, and he's going to buy him out because apparently he was left a horse and half of this brokerage company. Dabney, who plays Walter Sawyer, and you'll know him from like 9 to 5, War Games, Cloak and Dagger, decides he's going to buy him out at the high bidding asking price of was it $525?
What was $500 was crossed out.
$500, yeah.
And then it was $525.
$525, which is a steal for him.
That's outrageous.
I know. You got this multi-million-dollar brokerage company.
He doesn't think much of him. It's like,
No.
that's almost like,
Hey, Freddie, you take this offer.
I'm going to give you a good one. Like, really?
That's cash.
really fucking low.
Cash, mostly
That's like
cash.
buying a house for like $10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ridiculous numbers.
I love it. He sits him down. He's like, Freddie, what do you think of me?
Freddie, what do you think of me?
I don't want to be rude, but I think you're like the lowest scumbag on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm. But do you like me, or do you...
Well, I really kind of think you're a scumbag.
Scumbag.
Like, fucking shoot it out already, yes.
And then he goes home. His key doesn't work. The mistress is already living in the house. She packed his bags into garbage
Two
bags.
garbage bags, and he's walking down the driveway. It just sounds like there's cans in there.
Yeah.
That's what, like empty beer cans as they're clinking around.
Then he goes and picks up his fucking horse, and he's like, "Oh, this is a thoroughbred. I'm gonna be able to sell this for a lot of cash." And
You
then
got
he
half the
fucking
brokerage
sees it.
and a horse.
He sees this horse, and he's like,
The horse looks like Travis Bickle.
he's like, "This motherfucker left me a horse with a shitty fucking tail and then the horse talks.
And the horse talks. They put a little peanut butter in his mouth,
Yeah, shove a carrot.
and then he
up
tells
his
him
ass.
what's going on. I guess because they've been fucking with the stable, and he calls them up in the middle of the night. Dabney Coleman and his mistress, and he starts yelling at him in his Bobcat way.
Well, he says, like, I know what you're trying to do
Yeah.
with this talking horse. Like, you're trying to get me to not take it or something. I don't know. It's, like, weird. But then he ends up finding out that the horse does talk. After
But
fucking
not
with him.
as clear as Mike just said.
No, well... no, there's a few ins and outs here. He plays with his mouth and everything. Tries to make sure that there's not, like, a fucking recorder somewhere. Which, I mean, as you would do if you ran into a talking horse, you'd be looking for the speakers.
Yeah, I'd be pretty freaked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking...
I'd be like, I'm getting punked here or something.
It's a talking horse.
You know, is like it's some kind of show. What's that old show?
Punked.
With the
Candid Camera.
Candid Camera with.
Dom DeLuise. Good old days.
Oh Lord, you're on Candid Camera.
Not only apparently did he inherit a horse in a brokerage company, but he also got like a fucking RV that transports horses. But that wasn't written in the will. That must have just been...
They just, I don't know. It's there. Well, the horse starts telling him his life story, where he came from.
Yeah, he was a
and
young...
how he got to where he was.
Restless.
And that his father, who I guess is dead too.
Yeah, his father died, yeah.
Owned him, and they show him and his father driving in the same vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to be the same vehicle.
That thing...
Or does Bobcat just own that with horses?
No, he said, like, Don says there's a trailer out back, and they get in it, and I'm guessing that was his dad's.
Okay. But it's specifically for
yeah.
horses to get in, so
Yeah,
whatever.
and then he gives him his whole backstory from the time he left the farm till now. And he says, and again, this is another 80s movie where the idea of James Dean comes up. Because he
it
says...
was big back then.
Huge in the 80s.
They loved bringing James Dean bringing his name up.
They don't talk about James Dean too often these days.
It's a long... The kids that
People
don't
have
know who it
forgotten.
is.
They don't care.
He's
James
being
Dean.
forgotten by history.
I mean, you get like a little backstory, like, hey, first I was with this blind blues singer, and then like right after that he meets his father.
I think...
Yeah, and then when his father
the blues
died...
singer falls off a train.
Yeah. Because he told them that, you know, I convinced this blues singer that I was a small Italian immigrant from the Bronx or something like that.
And they put sunglasses on the horse.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Oh, he's a blues singer.
Yeah, and then he meets his dad after the blues singer.
And they're singing. They're big Elvis fans. They saw like Blue Hawaii like 8 times.
Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that. It's fucking great. Great film, Blue Hawaii. Bobcat starts asking him, like, do all horses, like, do they all speak?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, what about Mr. Ed?
What about, like, Mr. Ed?
Mr. Ed. Phew, that's what I think of Mr. Ed. Every single word of that was dubbed.
His lips were, like, moving.
Look, you'd move your lips too if some stagehand was shoving a carrot up your butt, Mr. Red.
Oh, he hates Mr. Ed.
Hates Mr. Ed.
Patooey spits.
That's what I think of Mr. Red. So then you go to the farm
where
he's from.
He grew up, I guess, or whatever.
And you're introduced to his brother, his brother Lou, who's a huge Three Stooges fan.
But he's like lost his marbles
Yeah,
for a
little bit. And then you meet Ma and Pa Horse.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother doesn't speak.
She doesn't talk.
She doesn't speak, but she understands it. But his father, who is voiced by the great Burgess Meredith.
Who's the penguin?
Penguin and
paycheck, you know?
Oh, he definitely
That's
got
what
a paycheck.
Bobcat did. That's what everyone in this movie did.
Oh,
It took a paycheck.
There's
I don't know
nobody-
how let's make this movie. We're going to make this movie. Someone approves this.
Well, here's the thing.
And all the actors just take their paychecks. Like, fuck it. It's $70,000. I'll take it.
When I think of
When I
think of 1988, and I think of how old I was and what was on TV at the time, I just remember Mr. Ed playing a lot.
On Nick at Night.
But not. 88's like kind of before
That's
Nick
where I
at
remember
Night, though.
seeing it.
I remember watching Mr. Ed in the morning, like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at my grandmother's house, my mom would drop me off before work, and it was like Mr. Ed, Gilligan's Island, Green Acres, all these things were playing, and
Yeah.
and that's so I'm thinking that maybe Mr. Ed was so popular in reruns, they were like, oh, let's turn this into a movie.
Well, it was probably those shows were just dirt cheap, so that's why they played them. Yeah,
But
maybe that's what someone's idea
Yeah.
was. Maybe we can sell this again.
But what they should have done-
the show was a big deal. It ran for I don't even fucking know.
I just think they should have went a little bit more raunchy with it. You
That's
know?
what they really should have done. He
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, it's not like it's totally PG, but it's not. They
No,
really
should've-
should. It would have saved the movie, I think, if he's talking a little more loose.
Yeah, like if fucking Don was involved in some like kind of like
Cocaine deal.
bestiality group, you know, where he's like banging women left and right.
It's a whole nother movie. Like I said, I think to save any movie is throw cocaine deals in it.
I would have liked to see the horse on cocaine.
It would have saved Teen Wolf 2.
Cocaine would have done wonders for
Hey man,
Teen Wolf
we got
2.
the cocaine. We put it in the horse, and that's how we smell it. You know, and
Yeah.
Don gets on to Don the horse. Oh, the horse's name is Don in the movie.
Yeah,
I don't know if we
Don.
mentioned that. Don.
Don. Bobcat, he's attempting to leave Don behind at his family farm, and Don's like, "Nah, man, I want to go with you. I'm gonna live at your apartment." And Don's like, "You can't live," or Bobcat's like, "You can't live with me. You're a horse." And Don's like, "Well, you're a bigot. You're all bigots." I knew this was gonna come up eventually, and he leaves him behind, but not before Don gives him the idea of, "Hey, maybe you should run with your half of the company, and you should go."
Yes.
Be his partner.
There was 143 episodes of Mr. Ed.
Of course there was.
6 seasons.
Fabulous show.
See, this is the kind of information you don't get anywhere else.
No. This is the
Even
kind of
though
information you're only going to get right
I looked
here
it
at
up,
the
and you can look it up too. But
Video Rangers podcast. Only the finest information is shared with you
only the finest.
and all 51 of our listeners. So Bobcat goes into his
He's
stepfather's
convinced.
office. He's like, I'm gonna just work with you. That office over there,
That's mine.
We're gonna do the old sitcom line in the middle of the
Line
room.
in the middle of the room, yeah.
You don't cross
This is my
line.
side. This is your side.
You can't work here. Who the fuck is gonna give you money? Who in their right mind is gonna give you
Gonna
money?
give you money.
And he's got a point.
Freddie, you can't be a broker.
Why not?
Because who in the right mind would give you their money?
You'd be quite surprised.
I would be frigging amazed.
This guy answers the phone, and you're just like, wow, this guy's
You
stressed.
imagine him
the
answer
fuck
the
out.
phone, you're trying
Yeah.
to buy stocks.
Yeah.
So you want?
Yeah. We gotta buy like 9 shares of like Microsoft and stuff.
Oh, God.
I just wish there was more Police Academy people in this. You
We
know,
got one.
We get Sweet Chuck, but I would have
a bad wig
enjoyed
on.
like a little Captain Harris. You know,
Yeah. Hell, Captain Harris could have been Dabney Coleman.
could have been.
I could see that.
Although
Or he
Dabney
could have been
Coleman
a-
is really
He
good.
could have been a goon of Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, he could have been his sidekick.
something. Yeah, some kind of someone who gets things done.
Or he could have just played his father for a couple seconds in the flashback.
Could have done that too. Yeah, why not?
You know, what the fuck was Steve Gutenberg doing?
He wasn't doing this.
An A-list movie, probably.
He was doing Three Men and a Little Lady.
Was that 87?
Yeah, I think it was 87. 3 Men and a Little Baby was 87.
Yeah. So Fred's going to work at this company, and Don has managed to get his way back to the stable, where we see yet another rich fucking guy banging some woman.
He's in his underwear. He's making a phone call.
And while he's making the phone call, Don is hearing what he's giving them like a stock tip.
Hot
Stock tip. And the phone call's supposed to go to Walter Sawyer, Dabney Coleman's character.
Yep.
And when he can't get in touch with him, so he goes back into the stable to hook up with his lady of the evening.
Sure.
And Don locks him in there and calls Fred and gives him the hot tip. And he's like, we gotta buy something called Ventura. And
buy Ventura. He just tells the secretary to buy Ventura.
Just buy Ventura.
Isn't that your job? You're the one who's going to buy Ventura. Why is your secretary buying Ventura?
Well, he doesn't know what he's doing, so he had to ask the lady, like,
I suppose.
And so he gets the hot tip on this company, and he makes a fucking fortune.
It doesn't make any sense because they both own the brokerage, the company.
Yeah.
So they both make money. He's not like he just makes the money just because he owns half of it.
There are things.
Are there rules where like I make the money, not the company? Like,
I'll tell you what.
You know what I mean? Because you make your trade. I think they say something like we make $7 on every trade, no matter what.
No. When you're a trader, you make money whether the customer makes money or not. You are making a commission.
Is he buying the stock himself?
Now that's what I think is what's going on. That would make the logical sense.
Because then, like when shit hits the fan, he still owns the brokerage, but he's
lost
out in the streets.
Personal
money. He lost all his money, I guess.
It's very confusing.
It's a talking horse movie, so I think we're diving too deep in it.
Yeah.
But that's what I do when I watch movies.
But what's funny is that
are stupid.
Worked in an environment like this, so I should know all this stuff. So that just shows you right there how much I paid attention in my 4 years of working for the New York Mercantile Exchange.
Oh, you're such a capitalist, Mike.
Oh yeah. I knew right then and there that I was not going to have a career on Wall Street. I was like, I'm not even paying attention, man. I just want to go home and fucking take bong hits and shit. So after he makes his money, the office starts changing, at least on his side. We're going to paint my half of the room white. We're going to get car grills with lights on them and shit. And he's going to go buy himself a nice condo. His realtor is the other girl from the movie Feds.
Yes, it is her.
And she's showing him around the place.
All the actresses in the crappy movies are here.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's here. And, he's got an atrium.
I didn't know what an atrium was. And now I know what an atrium is.
Which, it's kind of nice.
I just remember George Costanza talking about his fake condo and home in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And how he had 2 atriums,
I
think.
2.
Oh, and that's, we go up the stairs in our second atrium.
Oh, honey, don't be silly. Nobody has 2 atriums.
It's kind of like a diorama when you're a kid. That's what an atrium is.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is to me.
I think it's pretty cool. I would like to have
It's kind of cool. Wastes space in your it takes up space that you can't use.
Yeah.
It's like a diorama.
But, so she fucking leaves after she's all concerned about his job stress. And he proceeds to rock the fucking building. We get a lot of short montages.
He doesn't say a lot of words in the first half of the movie. John Candy's talking. Now he's talking. It's worse.
Because you go through like a little bit of a block where there actually is no John Candy.
Yes. He doesn't know that the horse gave him the stock tip. He just got a phone call. He didn't know it was him.
Because when the horse called, the horse called looking for Walter.
Okay.
So he figured that he got the wrong phone call, like it went to the wrong line, and that's why he jumped on it. Had he just said, "Hey, it's Don, you got to buy Ventura," I don't think he would have done it. So definitely Bobcat is out of his element. He does not know what he's fucking doing. He
doesn't know what he's doing in the movie as an actor. So he's doubling don't know what he's doing. If that's I don't think that's grammatically correct. But
listen, I do not think Bobcat.
The horse is a better actor.
No,
he's a stoic face.
The horse is the best actor in the movie. I actually think that Dabney Coleman was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah,
for
what he was
giggles,
given.
Ha-has and giggles. They gave him buck teeth, like some.
Oh, horse teeth.
And they don't say anything about it.
No, somebody does mention it.
Oh, they do.
Well, Don mentions it. He says that horse tooth, buck tooth, whatever.
Okay.
He does say something.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Bobcat goes home and he runs into fucking Don.
Don the horse has found out that he's made it big.
Yeah.
He ran away. He left the stables and he saw a newspaper
Business
with
Weekly.
his picture on it. Business Weekly, yeah. a new big shot in town. So then he goes to his apartment and like plays sick. The horse, now, mind you, is playing sick to like get in the apartment. Like, you know, the old puppy dog eyes. If you can do that with a horse, I don't know. So he lets him in his house.
Into the fake elevator, by the way.
That might be a real elevator.
That's a fake elevator. Look at it. Look at that. That's just a blanket. It's a moving
it's
blanket.
padded elevator.
Maybe he just took him into like the what is it called? The service elevator.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I would think if you're taking a horse, you would. Obviously, they didn't use a real elevator. They just kind of got it. It's a movie.
No, this is all fake.
It's a set.
Which is fine. I
That's
don't care. But he's pushing Don into his apartment as quickly as he can, and out comes fucking his neighbor,
Sweet Chuck.
Sweet Chuck,
Who looks very
with his fake hair.
He looks very like bougie and
Yeah, he looks like
floppish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making words up here.
floppish.
I think of another word I can't think of. I'm thinking of, and I'm making something else up. He's like I don't know. He's bougie. I guess that's what I got.
Anybody living in that apartment is bougie. So they get into the apartment, and Don is like looking around, and you know Bobcat is pouring him a bowl full of tab.
Yeah, that's what horses drink. It's
Yeah,
tab.
I love he's like he pulls out the wine glasses like he's gonna pour him a wine glass.
But they're gonna share 2 glasses
Yeah.
and ching them together. of
Let me
tab.
get a bowl. He needs a whole 6-pack of tab.
It's the
Tab
horse.
was so big in the 80s.
The horse's choice.
It's gone nowhere now.
No one liked tab.
I think I wanted to drink a tab.
I had
strictly-
one tab in my
Yeah.
life when I was
Yeah.
like 5 years old, and I threw up in the car.
Did you really?
I did.
That's
Got car
interesting.
sick.
So fucking Bobcat and Don spend the whole night just talking
Drinking
like
tab and watching TV.
yeah, just about talking
Good
about
old
their
time.
life story and like they're a couple of pals just hanging out.
Just a gay old time with the horse.
It's funny though, man. It's just like 2 college buddies just sitting there like, I'll tell you that was the last time I'll ever drink tequila.
Yeah, the old story. I tell you, the horse is sitting on the couch. It's creepy looking to me, like a horse sitting down.
That really bothered you, the horse
It's
on the
just,
couch?
you don't see horses sitting.
My concern
I
was
imagine it's a very trained horse. They got it to lay down and kind of do things.
I was just thinking the skid marks alone on that fucking brand new couch. The next day he's trying to go to work and his maid is in there like looking at this horse like what the fuck?
What am I supposed to do with this?
I didn't
Like,
sign up to clean up after a horse. And again with the fucking 80s. Yes, she's Mexican. Yes, she's a housekeeper. Do we need the fucking mariachi music just
Did they
playing
play
in the
mariachi?
Yeah, they're like
You know what's funny is that she's got New Balances on.
Yeah.
When New Balances weren't cool.
No.
And she's got a pair of New Balances on
They were
that they still make.
Yeah.
They weren't cool shoes back then.
No, they're not even cool now. They're just really comfortable.
Yeah, but they had a rising in the late '90s.
Oh no, they
with
are
rappers
a
and stuff.
well-made shoe.
I just
and
find
they're
it funny.
Very
Do
comfortable.
you think ponies are ever gonna?
ponies are
rise
never
up?
coming back?
Yeah, or they're like Spalding shoes.
I'll tell you what. After this podcast, I'm gonna look up how much ponies cost. And I'm gonna order a pair, and I'm bringing it back.
I got a pair of pony basketball shorts.
I remember remember Voigts?
I do remember
Voigts.
They made like the fake LA gears they lit up.
Yeah.
Voigts did that. So okay, back to the movie. What are we
Back to the
talking
movie.
about? He
Talking about Voigt
he-
sneakers.
I don't know what happens. He just gets in the elevator and he
all right.
lands on a floor.
Well, Don calls him and tells him, "Hey, you should come home because there's gonna be a party on
Okay.
floor 7." So he's going up the escalator or the elevator,
the fake
I'm sorry,
elevator.
the elevator, and it opens up into the party.
Yeah, I guess it's on the floor. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not
it's a
someone's
floor party.
house.
As soon as the door opens up, you've got this woman who's just like, "Holy shit, a single
Single
man.
man.
Let me grab him." And this is actually probably one of the really funny parts of the fucking movie, because he tries to run away from her, and he gets, she follows him
in
to
the
the
Bobcat
elevator.
way with making
Yeah.
weird, strange noises.
Yeah, and he's just like,
Yeah, there's one scream that I thought,
Yeah.
we thought was funny.
But it's great because she's just like,
Unexpected.
she's like, "I love being a woman in the '80s."
I love the 80s. A woman can walk a man home, too. Aren't you gonna invite me in?
No!
Will you hate me in the morning?
No, I hate you right now.
May I come in?
Good night.
Thank you. This is nice. Look what you've done with this place. Ooh, what a neat statue. This is beautiful. And so lifelike.
Yeah, it's like that even after I go swimming.
What did you say?
I said it's like that even after I go swimming. Toots.
Fucking great.
She looks like old as fuck too.
Oh yeah, no, she looks beat to shit.
Like Bobcat's like, I don't know, shit. I don't know, Bobcat's probably like 28, 32 age.
Somewhere in there.
She looks like she's like a 45-year-old housewife and she's beat.
Yeah, and she's just waiting for the next man to come into her life.
That's what she is. She's waiting to get married.
Yeah.
She's a spinster now.
But she goes into her spinster. She goes into
Archaic words. Only at the Video Rangers podcast.
She goes into the fucking apartment, and she sees the horse. She's like, "Oh, I love your statue," and the fucking it's so lifelike. Yeah, it's like that even after I go swimming,
Yeah,
honey.
she's looking under the horse.
You know, the horse talks to her. She goes, "Ah!"
She freaks the fuck out.
She freaks out and runs
Like,
out. And you're
I
probably
think most
thinking to
people
yourself, like, fuck, now the jig is up. People are going to be wondering about this talking horse. But I'm assuming...
Oh, it's never spoken of again.
Well, I'm assuming
That's
it's
right.
that she's just shit-faced and nobody would believe her anyway.
Yes, I think she
Right?
looks more like she's high on drugs than she's drunk.
She's like, "Come on, an anchovy."
Yeah, that's gross.
This movie is highly ripped from Looney Tunes sketches.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
It really.
That's what it
we
reminds
mentioned.
me of.
And at the end, they do a
Yeah, that's
which,
all.
Like, the whole movie's it's kind of cartoonish, but Looney Tunes were better.
Well, of course they were better.
Well, it's not like the Wayans brothers doing the whole fucking baby who robbed a bank and make it a Looney Tunes cartoon into a whole movie.
Yeah.
There's not like any. I couldn't remember any specific bits from a Looney Tunes cartoon, but it has a cartoonish feel.
It has
I can't believe the Wayans brothers made that fucking movie. How you gonna steal one little 5-minute cartoon and make a whole movie out of it?
Why not?
I was mad when I saw that. Like,
why do you get so mad
I don't
at these
know.
things, dude? You don't have to pay for
I don't
it,
know,
watch
but
it,
I'm
nothing.
like, they just stole a Looney Tunes cartoon. That's why I'm mad, and made it and like slapped fucking shit on it and put it out.
Perhaps what you should be mad at is Warner Brothers for not doing it themselves, or did they do it themselves? Who knows?
Oh baby, Finsta, shaving at his age. They do all the gags in the fucking movie. You can see it off in the trailer too. I didn't see the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they really fucking ripped off a Looney Tunes cartoon. You sons of bitches. Anywho.
Don gives Fred his next big tip.
That's right.
And it's like, you got to buy coffee. So he's on the phone buying coffee. Dabney's listening in, and he's like, coffee hasn't done shit in 3 years.
The thing about this is now the horse is just coming up with stuff.
Yes.
At first, he got a tip from some guy who he knew something from someone else. So now the horse is just coming up with shit.
Yeah. Now, had he stayed in the stable the whole time?
Is he? I'm guessing maybe he got coffee because there was a party last night, and that people are gonna need coffee after their hangover. Because
I guess
the next tip comes in the same kind of way, where it's like something that Don is doing that he likes.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's
the only thing I'm thinking.
I'm thinking that this movie, because this movie's only an hour and 23 minutes long, there's probably about 20 to 30 minutes that they got rid of that might have explained some of this shit.
No, they just slapped this shit. They didn't get. There's no deleted scenes.
There's always deleted scenes. It's just, do we want to make this movie any longer than it fucking is? Like,
so Dabney Coleman, the coffee tip takes off, and then they want to find out how he's getting these good tips. So he sends one of the women in the office who
Virginia Madsen,
kind of the love interest, sorta.
Allison Rowe.
Bobcat likes her. So she comes over, and you think about it. I mean, obviously, she eventually turns to his side. She's not really on anyone's side. She's doing work for the other guy and just wants to know how he's doing,
but she
figuring
does
this out.
Somewhat like she knows him from the office.
Yeah.
She's not a mean person like everybody else. All right, well, I'll just go hang out with him and try to figure out. She tells him straight up, hey, they want to know where you're getting your tips
I
from.
didn't expect that. Yeah. She just says it.
Yeah.
And he says the horse told
the
me.
horse.
But then the horse doesn't talk. when she sees the horse.
Oh yeah, and then he's like he tries to bring her back to the apartment to say, "Hey, look, I have this talking horse," and the horse refuses to talk when she's there because Don thinks
she just finds the horse at first, and then they go out to dinner.
And he's eating his linguine.
He likes his Alfredo or whatever.
Hey, this linguine tastes really good. She's like, it's linguine. It tastes a lot like spaghetti. But so yeah, they go back to the
talking.
They go back to the fucking apartment, and Don refuses to talk. So she just thinks he's fucking crazy.
Yes,
that'll gag.
They get into a fight here.
Yeah, they get into like a little fight, and then from there they go back to the horse stable to go visit his parents, and that's when Burgess Meredith is on his like deathbed.
Yeah, his horse dad is dying.
Yeah, and that's when he makes a promise to his father.
Before I die, you gotta promise me you'll pass on your special gift of speech to an heir.
Why me, Pop? What about Lou?
Yesterday, your mother caught Lou trying to mount a Volvo station wagon. You're our only hope.
Pop, you don't understand. I'm a loner. I'm a rebel.
You're a bum.
Stop running around being such a rebel.
Honestly, like the people making this movie, like the crew, there's a certain point where I was like, what the fuck are we making?
I don't think they care.
They're still getting paid. Yeah, but you still judge the movie. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, people do that in Star Wars, like the crews, like the camera crews are like, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm sure you sit there, but nothing. I'm not gonna like defend the movie, but fucking to some degree, until things are completed, you never know how something's gonna shape out.
I know, but
because Star Wars, they said when they played it the first time without the music, people were like, "What the fuck is this?" And then when they added the music, it was like, "Oh, now I get it."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen here.
Well, Danny Elfman made the music, so it wasn't John Williams.
Not even John Candy could save
the movie.
This fantastic film. So he makes the promise to his father that he's going to settle down. And I think it was like right after that, they go to the horse stable and he's introduced to Satin Doll. They're at the horse stable. Dabney's there with all of his cronies talking about his new horse that's going to be in the El Segundo race. And
he also got a white horse for his, I guess,
his mistress, his wife, new wife, whatever. And Don sees this white horse and he's just falls in love.
Falls in love with the beautiful white horse.
Fa, fa, fa. Boom! Whoa! Be still, my beating heart. Je t'aime. What a perfect form. Ooh, what legs. What a tail. Ooh, what a saddle. Check out the mane on that tomato. Woo! Yeah! Nung, 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 baby!
Ooh, what a saddle!
He's ogling her, as horses do. I don't know.
They do that.
Well, the funny thing is, if you ever watch a horse race, they'll have the horses come in and they have like a horse buddy with them. And I mean, I'm no expert here. We didn't have a horse expert here. I always thought
we didn't have that friend that was an.
I don't know. Most race horses, males, I think most of them are. Anywho, they got like another horse. It's like a mare, and like the other horse is getting excited. He just wants to fuck her, but it's just to get into the starting line.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're testosterone-driven animals, I guess.
I would have liked to see like him just dangling a carrot in front of the horse. That would have been a nice touch.
This is one of my favorite parts. Is so Don the horse goes over to the pretty girl horse, and then Dabney Coleman's like, hey Fred, get that piece of shit away from my horse. Something along those lines. And I laughed out loud. I lolled. I thought that was the funniest line in the movie.
I like
get that piece of shit away from. To call another animal a piece of shit, not a person. Just call an animal.
Freddie, get that piece of shit away from my satin doll. And then we got the next scene. Don's in the apartment with a picture of Satin Doll.
He's ordering her flowers.
Ordering her flowers, but not for her to look at, for her to eat.
Oh yeah, it's a horse.
You know, and you got the Japanese florist on the phone
Yeah.
that's like sounds like he's fucking a samurai.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sure,
Yeah, doing all
time.
fake sounds. I like that when Bobcat gets all like he's important now, people respect him.
Suit and a
His
ponytail.
hair isn't all shitty and crazy. He's got it in a ponytail. Looks like he knows what he's doing. I mean, I understand Bobcat doesn't really talk like that, but I can't picture him not almost in like real life. I know he gets that in real life. Are you really?
No,
like
people
that?
are like, are you like that all the time?
But because he's just a crazy looking guy too.
No, he's just got one of those. His stick or whatever. It only works in certain situations and in certain doses.
And that's where he made his bread and butter.
I have no complaints of him in Police Academy.
No, he's great.
I love him in One Crazy Summer.
He's great in small snippets.
And to everybody's surprise, I actually really like this movie for some fucking reason.
Mike likes everything.
That's actually not true. I just don't hate everything. Yeah, he's very. I could definitely understand why somebody would not want to see him for, over 60 minutes. So we get a special delivery while Fred goes to work, and we've got the maid opens it up, and out comes a pink horse blow-up doll.
Like it inflates immediately. And I don't think I understood it at first. I get it now. It's a horse sex doll.
Yeah. He's got stockings and everything on it. And Don is so fucking bored, and he's just like, he's on the balcony, he's yelling out, like, I'm going to jump. And then next thing you know, one by one, all these animals start coming to hang out with him.
And then we get subtitles of dogs barking, and he knows how to talk dog.
Like, speak 1,000 different languages.
He's a horse of many trades.
He's
so
C-3PO.
They throw a big party at Fred's house with just dogs and ducks and
Beastie Boys playing in the background.
Another horse shows up. I don't know who that is. Is it supposed to be the other girl horse? It is a white horse.
There was another horse? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, there was a horse there.
I saw a pig.
Yeah, the pig shows up.
Possibly a donkey. I don't know. But there's all kinds of animals showing up, and they are fucking this place up.
Just destroying the house.
The best part was when the duck shows up. The John Candy's or Don's like, he's like, no ducks, absolutely no ducks. That's in the lease, But they fucking destroy this fucking place, and Fred comes fucking upstairs, and he just kicks everybody out.
Yeah, everybody out, and there's cats, and there's cockatoos, and
parrots, and a pig. There is a fucking another horse. I don't know where that horse came from.
Maybe it is a donkey.
I don't know.
I didn't
what
get a
it
good
is.
shot of it.
But they did destroy his fucking place. That maid's gonna quit, man.
Yeah, they could have had a funny scene, at least with maid walking in after the mess.
Yeah.
And being like, it makes, say some Spanish word. Like,
Adios mio.
Ochi, yeah.
And this... I mean, there's a fucking goat in the atrium.
Oh, not the atrium.
Not the atrium. And Fred walks in and he just kicks everybody fucking out, and he's just looking...
Holy shit.
Looking at Don like, what the fuck, man? And he's about to call the pound because he wants to get rid of Don, or he's threatening to get rid of Don. And Don's like, when Fred walked in, he had a big bag, and Don starts eating out of the bag, and he's telling him,
this
like,
stuff's delicious.
This is the best horse food I've ever fucking had.
Chinese food and so on.
And you know how much he loves Chinese food. And so he tells him, like, you should buy this stuff.
So he starts Indian oats. We gotta buy Indian oats.
Yeah.
And so they corner the market on Indian oats.
Yeah, dumps every stock he's got into fucking this company.
I'm telling you, Indian oats. You're not gonna regret it. Oh yeah, Arnie, yeah, Indian oats. A little tiny company out of Bakersfield. It's gonna be bigger than cheese. Yeah.
You wanna go to lunch?
Can't, babe. I got a big deal cooking right now on the burner. No, forget GE. GE, it's a fad. Yeah, I want India oats. Buy India oats. India oats. Buy.
But little does he know that the company is going under.
The one guy calls like a college buddy, and he says, "Oh, I got a tip on that." He asks him about India oats, and he goes, "Don't buy them. They're killing all the
animals.
Poison. Animals are dropping
like
dead across the country. They're gonna get suspended and frozen." And at this point, before Bobcat can act, because the price of the stock is going down. It was going up briefly. He gets locked in the bathroom. Oh no!
And yeah, so he can't get out in time to stop the start selling off some of this stock before it fucking crashes. He loses everything, and next thing you know, he's on the street.
That's pretty much it. We don't go too far.
Well, what are you gonna explain? He loses everything.
Yeah,
onto the street.
So,
but it's great because they're on the side. He's on one side of the road with like just his garbage bag of clothes, and Don's on the other side of the road. And a truck stops in between them and picks up the horse. It's just like...
Yeah, picks the horse up. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's where it's like it's cartoonish.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking... It's these little jokes that are just kind of...
And like when he's escaping the bathroom, it's cartoonish.
Yeah, he's hanging off the side of the building.
He spins through the window.
He's got a fucking... a pigeon plucking at his head. It's making the cartoon noises.
It's very cartoonish.
It's very yeah.
And like a movie like this, I kind of expected, I guess. Well, to a degree. I mean, honestly, what are they gonna do?
Listen, talking horse movie, you can expect nothing from a plot like that. You know, if I want to meet the guy that walked into this fucking film and was just like was expecting to be blown away, because that guy should be kicked in the dick.
So yeah, right. So the girl, the love interest, hears the other guy hear about how they fucked over Fred, Bobcat, and she goes and tells Dabney, which he already fucking knows, and she just quits. And that's when she finds the horse who can talk when she's leaving work. Yeah, this really happened. And what the hell does she do? I think she goes and finds Bobcat.
Well, yeah, they get in the trailer. And
yeah, she's in the trailer now talking with the horse.
With Don, and Don's just telling her, like...
Shooting the shit. I don't know.
And they're like, we're going to go find Fred. We're going to build up his self-esteem. He's in a trailer park.
This is the perfect character. There's an episode of Married with Children with Bobcat.
Yeah.
And he's a trashy white trash guy.
Yep.
And they live in a trailer park. He's in his underwear at scenes. And it's like, that's perfect for him.
That's all he gets.
He looks like white trash.
Well, he does. Yes.
When he's an actor,
but he's
or comedian, whatever. But he looks like the personification of white trash in Hollywood. Like, you know how most people are beautiful, then you get like character actors who look, this guy looks like a detective. He looks like this. This guy looks like that. He plays a mean bouncer guy. He looks like the white trash guy. And he was perfect in the Married with Children episode.
He should be on an episode of Trailer Park Boys. I'd like to see that.
Yes, why not?
Most underrated show of all time.
So the big idea they get is to, we need to get Bobcat some money, because he's lost everything, is to race Don in...
the El Segundo.
In the El Segundo. Even though Don he says he probably can't win, but he can talk to the other horses and psych them out. Dabney Coleman's there, and they have a big little scene, we're going to bet. And they bet the horse against all his horses.
Yeah. Well, this is another thing that's big in the 80s. Apparently, you can't call somebody chicken.
Chicken shit? Who you calling chicken shit?
Calling you chicken shit.
You're a chicken shit. Okay, Freddie, I'll make the bet. My horse against your horse. All my horses against your horse.
Sweetheart, you can't do that.
Sweetheart, what do you think I am? Chicken shit? That's a bet, Fred.
Including satin doll.
Including satin doll.
No, not my satin doll, too.
Darling, don't be a chicken shit. You're on, Freddie.
In this movie, it's chicken shit. And Back to the Future, it's chicken.
They just say this bet, like they're just talking. Now, obviously, I guess he won something from winning the race. He wins the race.
A big
Spoiler.
prize.
But he'd be like, I don't have to give you shit.
He could.
There's nothing legally holding me to give you the bet. You know what I mean?
Honor amongst thieves. No, he does not. No, he doesn't.
It's a movie, so whatever.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie.
Again,
so
whatever. Movie about a talking horse. So
I have to break it down scene by scene, Mike.
You enjoy yourself doing that. It's gonna drive yourself crazy.
How can you do that? It doesn't make any sense. How could you do that? I need to know. I need to just do that movies I like. Now that I'm doing movies I hate.
Oh my god. Look at the fucking earrings on that lady. Holy
big
shit.
Horse earrings.
It's like 2 gold medals.
I love horses.
Yeah. That was the thing. The guy that wrote this movie just loved horses so much. So he made a horse movie.
Yeah, he calls him chicken shit, and then Bobcat bets him all that, and then he walks away, and he calls him chicken shit for not taking the bet.
Yeah.
And away we go.
Away we go.
Then He starts. He's
got to interview people.
Interview the potential jockeys.
Somebody's got to ride this fucking thing.
Yes.
And you meet Jose Canseco's trainer.
Yeah, he's gonna pump the horse full of steroids.
One shot of this, he can win Indianapolis 500.
Which is actually a thing.
No, that's real. That is real. That's a thing.
But Don doesn't like it. Don's in the background listening.
Yeah. And you meet another guy who just falls dead.
And he's like 70 years old.
And then you meet the other guy who's like really just ready to beat the shit out of the horse.
Intense.
Yeah, really intense. And while he's freaking out, Don's got like this feed bag over his face.
Well, Don wanted to do the interview.
Yeah.
So now we're doing the old
ventriloquist act.
You got it.
Yeah.
With Bobcat, it was perfect. He's the dummy. So
he's perfect. He's the dummy.
I love.
And he calls him a butthead.
You know what's kind of funny? I mean, Dabney Coleman's got the fake horse teeth. There's a lot of people who have bad teeth in the movie.
This guy particularly.
This guy does.
Yes.
Someone else did too, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's a running joke they did on purpose, kind of a little gag, a visual gag. They don't make mention of it. The horse doesn't like his teeth either. Don doesn't like his teeth.
No. And that's going to come up later.
It does.
So the jockey beats the shit. Well, you don't really see it.
Because Don makes it sound, he calls him an asshole or whatever,
Yeah.
and he thinks obviously there's no such thing as a talking horse. So Bobcat said that, his mouth wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Anywho,
so it's the night before the big race, and Don is visited by Burgess Meredith, who's been reincarnated as a fucking horsefly.
And you get to see a horsefly puppet.
Is that you, Lord?
Oh, you stupid son of a bitch. It's me.
Dad, is that you?
Of course it's me. So much for the glamour of reincarnation.
Dad, you're a horsefly.
Ooh, I'm a horsefly. Ooh, I didn't notice. Well, that would explain those crappy little wings. Why I've been buzzing around piles of manure all day and leaving little fly shit droppings wherever I go. Thank you for solving that mystery, Sherlock.
Probably where most of the budget went.
Possibly.
That and the horse feed.
And all the peanut butter to make the horse's mouth move.
I wish I knew how they got that mouth to move. I wonder
That's what they do. They use peanut butter.
Yeah?
They put it in their gums.
That's fucking funny, man.
Probably annoys the shit out of the animal.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't want to be standing next to that animal. So Burgess Meredith gives him the big old Rocky speech, and he convinces him that he could possibly win this race.
I love this horsefly has a big mouth so it can talk.
I know.
He's got like a duck bill.
Yeah, he looks like a duck-bill platypus.
Yeah, it kind of does.
So the next day...
Duck-bill platypus, the D student of the animal world.
The next day is the day of the big El Segundo race.
The big race.
And the audience is there looking for their wallet.
I think most of the audience has left the movie theater. They don't know. No one knows how this movie ended.
No. They just all showed up to fucking... to watch the big race.
So they're going through the horses like a TV.
Everybody's got a big name. Everybody's got
horses have you have a
Lord Kensington.
Yes, you get a special name. You don't
Curiosity.
Just go by a normal name.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Don.
Horse, basically.
Don.
And that's the big joke. Everyone.
Yeah, his name's Don. Sounds like a plumber.
Who names a horse Don?
Nobody. So you're Fred Bobcat decides that he's gonna have to ride him. He's gonna have to be the jockey. And the joke is that jockeys are very small, very light, and he's like this overgrown, overweight fucking.
Yeah, like 190.
Even though he's not that, he's just heavy. He's not that much taller than everybody else.
Well, it's all about being small.
Yeah, and light. That way the horse can run faster. Yeah,
he's not as tiny, so I mean that makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
being 150 pounds is probably too heavy.
Yeah. So he's about to saddle up, and Dabney comes over and decides that he's gonna, continue to berate fucking poor Bobcat.
It's gonna be dog meat.
Yeah,
which is illegal. I found out.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But what doesn't make you think like maybe in the 70s, 80s, if they got a hold of a horse, it's cheap meat. We just throw it in the grinder.
Yeah,
that's why it's kind of it's possible. I can see it.
Yeah, we
got to feed horses. It's nothing, and now you make some extra money.
Why not?
With cheap meat.
What else are you gonna do with it?
Exactly.
So Fred goes into this whole fucking speech
about the little guy.
This horse and me, we're going out there and we're going to beat the odds. Because I'm going to get you back for everything you ever did to me and to my family. Let me tell you something about the little guy. You can only push him around and push him around until you end up backing him in the corner. And like the mighty Wolverine who will gnaw his own leg off is caught in a trap. Sooner or later, I'm gonna start gnawing my leg off. My name is no longer Fred P. What is my name? My name is Fred P. Wolverine Cheney. Because justice is finally gonna be done. The little guy is finally gonna whip your ass.
Hey, Jock, the track's the other way.
And the entire theater exploded in
imagine
laughter.
I mean, the jockey is probably a famous jockey.
It's probably, yeah, I would
probably
think so.
a guy in the industry, not just some midget-looking motherfucker.
Yeah. So the race is about to start. They're introducing everybody. Here's Heavy Rains. Here's Curiosity. Here's Lord Kensington.
Number 8 out of Pepperidge Farm and written by Fred P. Cheney is Don.
Don.
And like the
from Pepperidge Farm.
From Pepperidge. That was fun. From Pepperidge Farm. That's a good one.
It's like the best joke.
It's the best written joke.
It is the best written joke in the entire fucking movie. So take from that what you will. Don. So the race is about to start, and just like in Three Amigos, Don figures out like I gotta do make the best with what I've got. So in Three Amigos, they can sew.
That's what they can do.
Yeah. If only we had known that sooner. And in this movie, Don can talk. So he's going to talk to
the other horses.
And that's how he's going to beat them.
Which is funny because the other horses are all talking back to him, which means they can all talk.
Well, they can all talk their language, but they don't have the human speech ability.
Okay.
That's only the chosen one can do that. So
oh, now he's the chosen horse?
Well, Don's the new hope.
Okay.
So he does the old hypnotize thing. So he hypnoptizes the horse next to him.
Yeah.
And so, all right, so that guy's already out of the race. That's already one horse. I almost
fell out of my chair. It was so fun.
I did have to pick you up a few times. So the race starts. The one guy's left behind, and Don's in last place. And fucking.
This is probably this is the best scene.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, this is the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
This is at least where I think.
This movie could have been 40 minutes long.
It probably could have been, but regulations. So one by one, he is talking to each horse, he tells the one horse, his name's Pablo. He tells him immigration's waiting at the finish line.
He runs the other way.
Yeah. He gets to the next fucking horse, and I think it's two horses on each side of him or something. And he tells him a fucking joke or something. He tells him the glue factory. The glue factory, yeah.
The winners are going to go to the glue factory.
Yeah. So they fucking start running in the other direction. And then, he's just going through each horse one by one. And as we start to get to the end, he starts motivating him like, oh, listen, you got to do it for your father, do it for Satin Doll.
Yes.
If you win this race, I'm going to get your teeth fixed, just like an on-air news anchor.
And get that piece of shit away from Satin Doll.
Yeah, that was because one of the best things that Bobcat does is when he yells at somebody, when he loses his shit. That was always the best part of Police Academy.
Yes.
So he does that here. Thank God.
Yeah, he yells at a jockey.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna rip your goddamn arm off.
Get that piece of shit out of my way.
What did you say?
You heard me. Get that piece of shit out of my way.
That's not very polite. That's not even being a good sport. When you said something like that, I just wanted to rip your goddamn arm off and feed it to that stupid horse. Now get out of my way. I'm telling him.
So Don's family is watching at home, by the way.
The horses have TV for some reason. Sure.
Got to entertain them. And so now we're in a foot race, I guess.
A horse race?
Horse race.
Oh, it's one-on-one.
With the fucking...
A foot race.
So
I forget their horses. I mean, they're talking. I think he's a person.
Yeah. This movie was just, it worked on so many levels. So you got it's Lord Kensington and Don.
Don the horse.
And Lord Kensington is not falling for his bullshit.
No,
so now it's just
it
just comes down to pure racing ability. They cross the finish line.
Photo finish.
Photo finish. Everybody,
it's so exciting.
Yeah, everybody runs down to the winner's circle to hear fucking who's gonna win, and the judges are looking at the photo finish, and by a small smidgen, Don wins because his
buck teeth go over the line first,
cross the finish line. So
sorry if we spoiled it for you.
Yeah, I don't know how many people were lining up to see the horse talking movie, but apologize.
Oh, you want the gay bar? Gay bar's across the street.
So Don wins. Fred is happy. Dabney is not happy because he lost all of his horses, including Satin Doll.
Satin Doll.
And Don gets to go to the dentist and get his teeth fixed by
Final
Gilbert
scene.
Godfrey, of all people.
What do you think of this, Mr. Horse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hey, thanks, Doc. Now I'm perfect.
Yeah, okay. No problem at all. If there's any irritation or anything, just rinse with salt water and put a compress on it. I don't think... That's all, folks.
So we had Bobcat, who's a candidate for most annoying voice of all time, put together in the same movie with Gilbert Godfrey, who also has one of the most annoying voices of all time.
Gilbert
If
Godfrey's
only
funny,
they could have
though.
shared a scene. Gilbert Godfrey actually is really
He's a very funny comedian.
You have to listen to his. He can roast the shit out of people.
Yes.
He's very good.
I'm a
Don't be
Gilbert Godfrey,
fooled by
fan.
Problem Child. You know,
He's still like, you got to do. You got to do paychecks.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get paychecks. That's how it
But-
works. And he was the duck.
Yeah.
The Aflac duck.
Yeah, but he's very good at what he
something
does.
controversial, so they got rid of him.
Yeah, it's
Controversial.
fucking horse movie. A talking horse movie.
And that's Hot to Trot.
Oh man! So I watched. This movie was on TV a lot
And
back
years
in the,
ago.
Back in the
Not
day,
anymore.
this was on Comedy Central, and that's probably right around when I was
remember
watching
being
it. And I remember I always liked this movie because my father has an interesting story about a horse. My yeah.
That's a good story.
Yeah. My father, for some reason, when he was like 15, 16 years old, was working at some horse stable that was somewhere in New York, like somewhere in Rockland County.
So it's like
which is right outside the city.
North of the city.
North of the city, about 30 miles, something like that.
New York City.
Yeah. And so they were going to get rid of this horse. And my dad was like, "Oh, I want this horse.
I'll buy the horse from you."
And he buys this fucking
Dad has
horse
nowhere to put this horse
for
really.
like I don't even remember what the price was. I want to say like $25, right?
Yeah, I think that's a minute.
And he proceeds to how's he going to get the horse home? So he's riding the
How do you get a
horse.
trailer?
I don't know. He's 16 years old, whatever. So he's riding the horse down the fucking Palisades Parkway. Now, mind you, this horse has barely a tail. The hair is falling out.
If you don't know, the Palisades Parkway is like
it's a highway.
Yeah, it's a highway, but big trucks aren't allowed on it.
No, it's just cars.
And it goes between towns and then like a big park. So it's like it's not like it's like not like as bloated as like as a big highway.
No, it's just
it's not a grass area.
No, it's 2 lanes.
Grassy areas though.
But if you stay on the Palisades Parkway, you will eventually hit the George Washington Bridge. So,
going south, yeah.
So he's riding this fucking horse who has barely any hair for a tail, has no teeth, and it's on its fucking deathbed, and the fucking thing dies on the side of the Palisades Parkway. So my father is like out $25 for the horse and then like $50 for the tow because they had to tow the horse out of there and he had to fucking pay for it.
Obviously he couldn't lift the horse.
No.
I wouldn't surprise he didn't just leave it there.
Because he was concerned.
I guess he felt that bad enough that he was going to save the horse and
from
take
becoming glue.
He wasn't going to just let it die. I'm sure the person who towed it away drove it to the glue factory.
Made a fortune, like it was scrap metal. So that's my memories when I watch a movie like Hot to Trot.
Whenever you tell it, I've heard that story. I always picture a white horse.
Oh,
like
yeah.
An old white horse.
I'm sure it was like a decrepit looking horse.
Like the horse. What's the movie where the horse gets stuck in the bog? It's like terrifying.
In which
Never
one?
Ending Story where the horse is in the swamp and it sinks. I think of that horse.
Was Atreyu?
Atreyu! Oh, the poor horse. It's like heartbreaking.
Is that the name of the kid or the horse?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Fucking Never Ending Story. Falcor.
We're going to sue Never Ending Story. It did end. I left the movie.
There's like 4 of those movies.
Is there? Oh, maybe it didn't end.
Oh, so yeah, that's the Hot to Trot, 1988, number 109 on the top grossing films of 1988.
Right where it belongs.
It should have been at least 103.
6 million, 6.6, something like that.
Against a $9 million budget,
much.
yeah.
John Candy sold the movie. People like John Candy then.
I think the idea of it could be... The problem with this movie is like these movies can go either way. They're either going to be good or funny or they're going to be really, really bad. And this movie's not really, really bad. It's just not funny. That's the thing with it.
It's a bad movie.
Think of what we've watched and think about what's a bad movie and honestly, what's not funny.
The first like half hour, I fucking hated this movie.
You hated the movie for the first half hour because it did what but not be funny.
Bobcat was talking. I fucking hated him.
Oh man!
You don't realize like Bobcat's funny in like Police Academy. How much you like? Now I hate Bobcat.
You hate Bobcat because of this movie.
Don't like him. I like him in Scrooge. Scrooged.
When he's holding the shotgun.
Yeah, he's good in that.
Well, there's great writing in that movie.
It's a good fucking
I don't
movie.
think Hollywood's finest were lining up to write Hot to Trot.
Charles Dickens wrote it. So.
Well, yeah. Well, whoever rewrote it. How about that? And adapted it to modern day film.
Adapted it. It was adapted.
Oh, man. Hot to Trot. Cannot be found on a regular DVD. You have to get it from
easy
the...
to get now?
You can get it on Amazon, but it's part of Warner Brothers Archive Collection. So they're basically like DVR, like burn them and make you...
I'm sure there's someone out there who was a big Bobcat fan. Probably already owns it, but
yes.
Hey, man.
Nah, you can get... I want to say like $14.
That's what I'm saying. Is there really big Bobcat fans, you think?
I don't know if there's huge Bobcat fans. I'm sure there's people that really like
the Coreys. You know,
I don't think Bobcat has hit Corey's status, but fucking... I'm sure there's enough fans that are like, fucking, I'm going to get this and One Crazy Summer and everything else he's fucking in.
I like One Crazy Summer.
That's a good one,
It's a funny movie.
Police Academy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not so much 7. When they go to fucking Moscow.
Well, that's just, awful.
I don't even think I've ever sat down and watched it.
I haven't. It was way past... Those movies came out all in the 80s. That one came out in the 90s, and then that was the cutoff. It's like how like Nirvana came out, and like all hair bands just went away, like in one swoop. It's the same way. Oh, no more Police Academy movies. It's 1990. They have to be
I actually think 5 and 6 are in the 90s, but I don't know when 7 is. 7's
What's the one with House, and he's on a plane, the big black guy, and like
it's Miami,
and like he gets out of the plane moves because he got up
it's
too
Miami
quick or something.
Yeah.
Police Academy's got some funny scenes, even though 2 and 3 and 4. Like there's two. The first one and the second one are pretty good.
See, I don't like the second one. I don't like that one.
I'm trying to remember.
Second one's when they're in the zoo.
Oh, maybe. Oh, all right. Maybe it's just the first one.
I like the first
there's
one.
Good parts.
And
there's like you know what I mean.
One.
The whole movie might not be great, but there's certain parts that are really funny. Like the one with Too Tall Jones, is it? Or no, Bubba Smith.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And he's in the he's like a voodoo guy.
That's the fourth one.
That's the fourth one.
Yeah.
That if you know what I'm talking about, he's in the paddy
wagon.
Yeah. Oh,
yummy,
that
yummy,
is like
yummy.
one of the funniest movie scenes ever.
Yeah, I love
any
that
movie
scene.
I've ever seen. It's I
I
love
love
that
how
scene.
because the
Love
one
that
guy,
scene.
the guy that plays House or whatever,
yes,
is looking at him like holy fucking shit.
There's a part where he goes, they thought they could take down my brother.
Yeah,
I never thought that.
I never thought that. That's fucking great.
Yumma 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 yumma. David Spade's in that too.
Yes, he is.
A skateboarder.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
The final Police Academy movie that mattered.
Yeah.
Although people do like 5. 6, not so much. All right, so Hot to Trot, starring Bobcat Goldthwait.
Goldthwait?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know how to say. I always thought it was weight. I don't know, or with.
So go check out Hot to Trot. It's gonna be like really, really funny.
Is that like a promo that he said that in?
No, I made that up.
Oh, okay.
Based on how he talks.
Fair enough.
There's a couple podcasts that I would like people to check out, or actually I should just thank them because they talked about us on their podcast.
Thank you.
There's the Movie Madness podcast and Rogue Riffers.
What's that last one?
Rogue Riffers?
Road Riffers.
Rogue Riffers.
Rogue Riffers.
Riffers.
Riffers. Gotcha,
Riffers.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Riffers.
Yeah. So go check those guys out because they're cool and they talk to me on Twitter. All right. Until next time, if you've seen a bad movie, Bobcat was probably in it.
He's in this one. I think this is the last movie he ever did, ever.
No, he's in other movies.
Should have been. Bye. As a starring role. God. They gave him a starring role. Fucking Christ.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. A. Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. A. People yakety yak the street and waste your time a day. But Mr. Ed will never speak unless he has something to say. A horse is a horse, of course, and this one will talk to his voice is hoarse. You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this. I am Mr. Ed.